Alright, E-King Fight News. The breaking news. If you haven't already heard, Canelo Alvarez has tested positive for a banned substance. E-King Fight News, that is Clenbuterol. And we're going off on this once again. Y'all know what it is. So guys, Canelo Alvarez, ahead of his fight with Triple G, just, you know, a monkey wrench got thrown into everything. Canelo tested positive. Is he juicing? I mean, according to 78, shout out to 78, Clenbuterol is used for cutting weight. You know, it keeps your weight down. I'm not too sure about the specifics on the drug. I can tell you this. Eric Morales tested positive for the same drug before the rematch with Danny Garcia. He had a competitive first fight with Danny Garcia. They were set to have a rematch, and Eric Morales tested positive for Clenbuterol. This was just weeks before the fight. Damn near a week before the fight, this just broke in, and they ended up fighting anyways. They were just like, fuck it. And Eric Morales, Team Morales was like, oh, you know what? This is tainted meat. You know, I just came back from Mexico, training out there. It's gotta be the meat, man. The meat's fucked up. I tell you, no one bought that shit. No one bought it. But here Canelo Alvarez is, and he's somehow Team Canelo, they got the director of one of the WADA accredited lab. They got this lab director, and he's saying this is trace amounts of Clenbuterol, and it's consistent with meat contamination. Now, I'm no expert on the situation, but I hear trace amounts of steroids in fighter systems all the time. Do they always jump to this, oh, this is consistent with meat contamination? How the fuck do you know what's consistent and what isn't based on the amount in a fighter's body? How the fuck can you tell if it's consistent with meat contamination? Do you have these steroided fucking cows, you know, and you actually fucking eat the meat and then you test people? Like, do you actually do that? Because it's one thing where you have to understand, you know, how much is gonna get in your system if you eat tainted meat, and you have to understand how much tainted meat is actually in the food supply, you know. But these are all items I have not researched. If anyone out there has more information on tainted meat coming out of Mexico, you know, cows and steroids, farm practices out of Mexico, because you know, shout out to 78. According to what he was saying, this is normal practice. You know, they fucking shoot up these cows with steroids all the time. I just don't know exactly how legitimate that information is. So I gotta hold my tongue on that one, and I just gotta wait for the results to come out, man. Because, you know, Canelo Alvarez, you know, with respect to his explanation, he seems to be very forthright with the test results, and he's trying to sort of remedy the situation and basically leave everything to the you know, up to either the WBC, WADA, and they're trying to cooperate with the testing agencies, you know. So all of that is fine. Obviously, there's a shitload of money on the line when it comes to this Triple G Canelo rematch, and could this potentially affect the outcome if the fight will go down? Absolutely. If information comes out that Canelo Alvarez is juicing instead of eating a fucking steak, then you know, that's a whole nother topic, and that could get him pulled from the fight, right? And with that much money on the line coming into Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, you know, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. This is tens of millions of dollars coming into Las Vegas, and you know, you're not gonna tell me that they're gonna pull Canelo from the card because he tested. But you're not gonna tell me that, because it's not gonna happen. So, you know, right now, you know, it's a game of, you know, we're trying to connect the dots here because we don't have all the information that these guys are privy to. And at this point, we know that Canelo Alvarez tested positive. Man, he tested positive for Clenbuterol. It's something he hasn't tested positive before. And I'm sure it's not the first time he's fucking gone to Mexico, ate a fucking steak. So you know, it's so hard to say. It's so hard to say that Canelo's excuse is legitimate. It really is, considering the dude's from Guadalajara. He's been through VADA protocols before. And hopefully, you know, because, you know, the fight's going down. You know, do I want to see the fight? Yeah, I don't mind the fight, man. The fight, it should be a good fight. I want to see a decisive winner. I thought Triple G did enough to edge it out in the first fight, but hey, that's what rematches are for. Nothing was decisive in the first fight, so here we go. A second fight, a rematch, and hopefully it goes down, man. I don't want to see this fight get pulled and fucking, you know, what's going to happen? You know, Triple G can't sell a pay-per-view on his own. I was thinking, man, maybe he could fight Billy Joe Saunders as a replacement, but honestly, you know, the fans are there to see Canelo Alvarez. They're not there that, you know, Las Vegas doesn't generate, you know, $50 to $80 million with Triple G on the headline versus fucking Billy Joe Saunders. That's not going to happen. Even if Triple G fought Danny Jacobs, it's still not going to happen. And as much as Mexico, you know, is buying into, these Mexican fans are buying into Triple G Mexican style and shit, all these Mexican fans are going Triple G Mexico for Triple G, man. I don't know, man. Like, honestly, the diehard Mexican fans, they roll with Canelo. From what I can see, from what the numbers show, they're rolling with Canelo, man. So we'll see. Triple G can you know, can basically you know, gain the support of the Mexican crowd. They like the way he fights. Obviously, he's done good numbers in LA and the West Coast. So all that shit is fine and dandy. But when it comes to pay-per-view, I mean, Canelo's the boss when it comes to that. He's the next pay-per-view guy. With the retirement of Floyd Mayweather out of boxing. No one does numbers like Canelo Alvarez. And he's been able to do that as he was built up off of Floyd Mayweather undercards. Yeah, so, I mean, Canelo Alvarez, he's in a tough spot. But let me know what you guys think, man. Obviously, this is such an unexpected development. But it looks like they're already working on, you know, just getting the matter resolved. You know, they've already used the explanation for meat contamination. I'm shocked that from a guy like Canelo who travels back and forth from Mexico to fucking LA and whatnot, Hollywood. I'm not sure where he resides out of. I mean, I know he's born in Guadalajara, but you know, you telling me it's the first time this shit happened? I don't know, man. You know what? You know what? This is what he's got to do. And I'll tell you what Canelo Alvarez has to do. He's saying it's tainted meat out of Mexico. He better know exactly where he fucking bought his meat. Because if he can go back, find that restaurant he went to or whatever, you know, order a fucking steak and go get it tested from a lab, they can definitely confirm if it was contaminated meat. You know, it's funny. I'm surprised more fighters don't try and do this to clear their name, because whatever tainted, if they ever say they have a tainted supplement, they can always take that supplement, go get it tested, and if it tests positive, well, there's your link. and you can go and show that evidence to the commissioner of a Sports Athletic Commission, or a sanctioning body, and get your name cleared. So that's something else Canelo Alvarez can do. There's no reason why he can't do that. So as always, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Canelo just tested positive, guys. What do you think?